Sorry, I'm running just a little bit late. How's everybody doing today? I was working on getting my daughter to bed, but she's fighting it. So I hope everybody's having a good day today.
What?
Didn't say anything.
She doesn't go to bed with strawberries.
Oh, I doubt she goes to bed at all. But hope everybody's having a good day and a good week so far. I ain't had much going on today, really. Huh?
My daughter destroyed the house.
Yeah. But figured I'd get on here tonight, see how everybody's doing. I know the YouTube will be full of lives this weekend, so I usually don't do any on the weekends. Usually try to do mine during the week. So, well, but
I can buy episodes for $2.
yeah, that's not happening.
I'll buy the whole season for 15.
Let's see.
There's one for
But
$99.
kind of wait and see if anybody's able to get on here tonight. Seems like it's going pretty slow tonight so far. I know Scab had a live earlier. I was on about all of it. He was getting some of his furs out of the pickle that he's tanning. So. I don't believe anybody else had any lives going on tonight. Hey, Trapper Bob, how you doing this evening? Snowy North Dakota. Yeah, we don't have any snow here in Missouri, but we've been getting lots of rain and lots of wind. Today was a pretty nice day, but talking about rain the next couple days, so we'll see how it goes. Speaking of which, I need to get that weed eater put together.
I think it's already put together.
I don't know. I don't know if it comes with string or not.
Can you get it out now?
But now we'll have to go buy some.
It comes with string.
I don't know. 16 inches the last 2 days. That would be interesting. I think we had our biggest snow this year was one of the biggest ones we've had in at least 5 or 6 years. Well, I think we averaged about 10 to 11 inches. But we had some snow drifts that were 16 inches. So I walked into a couple snow drifts that were above my knee. So for Southwest Missouri, that's a lot of snow. Now, a good snow for us is usually about 3 or 4 inches. So when you get around the foot mark or even more, that's a lot of snow for us. I know for a lot of other people, a foot of snow is a light snow. So
Yeah, if we even get over a dusting,
do what?
if we get over a dusting, it's a lot of snow.
But I don't know. I didn't see anybody else live tonight. I didn't see anybody that had one scheduled, but seems kind of slow, so maybe there is a live going on tonight that I didn't know about.
Hey,
Yeah, we had a really nice day today, but it's been raining a lot, so it was super muddy, so still couldn't really do anything. All the creeks and stuff are flooded. Yeah, Iowa was supposed to get some pretty bad storms the other night. Last night, I believe. I haven't heard yet, but we were supposed to get that storm, but then it split up and went that way. Well, I guess it comes with the
back up.
extra storm.
Sorry, guys.
Cool. I'm gonna put a weed eater together. What we got?
Putting my Christmas gift together.
Yeah. My brother got me a battery-powered weed eater for Christmas that we haven't put together yet.
Ow, Mother Frito. Ow, Mother Frito.
Are you qualified to open a box?
No, I just got two cardboard cuts.
But I don't know. Never used a battery-powered weed eater before, so we'll see how it goes. Hey, Otter Cat, how you doing tonight?
Charger.
Hey, Justin and Jen, how you guys doing tonight? Not a lot. Right now, my wife, I guess, decided to put together a battery-powered weed eater we just got. He's gonna break that. My brother got me a battery-powered weed eater for Christmas, and it's pretty much all put together, but
Where's the screws?
it's dying.
I'm trying to see what we have to read the instructions.
Well, that's all you gotta put on. I'm gonna tell you that's upside down.
Oh, I need a screwdriver.
What back there?
There's one more
Good
here.
Lord. If you want to call it your weed eater, then you're weed eating.
Oh,
That's
baby.
about how it is. You do not.
I do
Don't
so.
even. No, you don't. Yeah, it is. My wife did some mowing the other day, and it was dry enough to mow, but was super, super windy. So
Yeah,
it
I'm
blew
ready.
it blew all the grass right in her face. So
What do I
gotta give him service for the year yet. Yeah.
take?
What?
My screwdriver.
Oh no, this is still upside down. I thought you fixed it.
No.
Oh Jesus! I didn't know this bag got a hole in it either. A small Phillips head. I don't know how I like that guard. Don't sit very well. When string hits it. Yeah, we were supposed to get bad storms, but our weatherman called it a cap. Said that we have a cap over us that blocked the storm from hitting us and split it up to where it went into Iowa and southern Arkansas. So we didn't get anything. Well, I'd say we didn't get anything. We got. This was supposed to hit Tuesday night. And Wednesday morning, about 3 or 4 o'clock, it started raining, and we got a ton of rain, but that's all we got.
I use the little screws that thing.
Had to pull the riding mower out about 15 times last Saturday. How come you had to do it that many times? Yeah. So we got a ton of rain Tuesday night, but they were calling tornadoes and all kinds of stuff. It was Tuesday night.
I know Tuesday.
Yeah, it was Tuesday
Oh
night.
yeah. Yeah, it rained.
It was Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. But yeah, they were talking tornado, wind, all kinds of stuff, but it split up and all went to Iowa. Huh? Where was I? I don't even see it.
Unless I'm stupid.
I'm probably trying to look the wrong one.
No, I wasn't. I could twist it like 3 or 4 times and I felt like it was stripping out.
Work for me.
Wow, you want a cookie?
I don't.
Yeah.
But everybody have a good week besides all the storms that have been going on. So I don't know if I'm going to like this card because the string hits it all the way out. And it drags on it. We'll see. Might take the guard off, just use it without the guard.
I don't know.
One. I hit good, yeah. Yeah, so we were supposed to get a lot of it, but it's split and went up to Iowa. Keep getting stuck in the yard trying to get it. God, it's been wet here it's been wet here for a while, but up top our yard wasn't too bad, but down bottom it's pretty wet. There's standing water down there. Just have to go through it real fast. What's up, Trapper Jay? Right now putting together a battery-powered weed eater. Ain't complaining here, ready to fish. Yeah, I'd like to get out and fish. You soon just be lost in the middle of the yard. Yeah, luckily my wife likes to mow. So she gets out and mows.
That's pretty new.
Mowing don't bother me. It's here in Southwest Missouri. It's like every 5 or 6 days you need to mow, and that's what gets old. Yeah, I don't know about that. I feel like the guard's gonna tear the string up. Hmm.
Is there a bolt to this?
Let's see. The wing nut.
No. Okay. I'm still gonna put this together.
Oh, this is extends. Or does it just come apart?
No, I think it extends.
I know you can buy different attachments for it.
Oh, that could be the difference.
Gets it stuck in the neighbor's yard. Ain't supposed to be mowing the neighbor's yard. What does wood do?
It does extend because that's a lot bigger. That's what she said.
But yeah, need to get out and weed eat. But it's supposed to rain here the next couple days. So, Trapper J, did you get some crazy storms the other night up there? I know we were supposed to get it, but about halfway through Kansas, it split and went up towards Iowa instead of hitting us. I like when it storms at night because I sleep really well, but I hate waking up to all the water. All our creeks and stuff are super flooded.
I'm trying to look at the picture, but it's upside down.
Tequila will put you in someone else's yard every time. Yeah, tequila was never a choice for me. I'm not a fan of that at all. Never was, never have been. Well, I don't know how to
Shut up.
solve. Well, I think just trying to help. How's it going? It's going pretty good. It could always be worse, that's for sure.
This one should came through
Yeah,
the
I think she came over from there. Tastes never liked either. It tastes like dirt to you. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. All it is a handle. Did it come with more than one battery?
No.
That sucks.
What, hold it? No, it says just one.
Might have to get another one. I don't know if one battery would be enough to weed eat this whole place.
It just says.
Yeah, tequila was never a thing that I drank. Gold, silver, doesn't matter what you want to call it.
Just one. But this comes. This is.
Huh?
Not
You got issues. But I pretty much just drink sweet tea and water and Kool-Aid and lemonade. So,
and Diet Coke.
yeah. Diet Coke or Sam's Cola. Diet Pepsi. It's pretty much all I drink anymore. But battery, it didn't seem to work.
Inside?
Yeah, it doesn't really make a noise. The only thing you're gonna hear is the string hitting the shield. We were supposed to weed eat grass, Otter Cat. Grass. You're trying to weed eat the wrong thing is your problem.
Oh, snap.
You gonna be okay over there? Stick to your leg.
I'm not sticking it to my leg.
Why?
Ain't that stupid?
Don't say you're stupid. Houston Jones did.
Well, I'm not no Houston Jones, so
But
you get
anyway,
paid for that.
what's everybody got going on this weekend? Anything interesting, exciting?
Easter.
Yeah, we got Easter egg hunts and stuff, but I don't know how well it's gonna work because I think they're calling for rain the next like 3 or 4 days. So I don't know how well all that's gonna go.
Oh, we gotta be at mom's. I don't know what time we're
We'll see.
at mom's. No, we'll see.
We'll see.
Your ass can stay home.
Hopefully fishing. It's kind of like fishing. You just don't know for sure. Yeah. So I don't know. It's hard to tell what the weather's going to be anymore. I mean, every day is so different. Fix to do some fishing. Hope the snow goes away. Yeah, we ain't had snow in a while. We just got lots and lots of water. Running traps and turkey hunting, depending on the rain. Our trapping season's been over for about 2.5 months, and I've never turkey hunted. I don't have a place to go turkey hunting, so I need to get a bunch of baits and lures made up. Convention season starts pretty soon. There's a couple next month, but I don't know if I'm going to go to any of them. One of them's in Arkansas, and what was the other one? There's two in May. One's Arkansas. Was that it? Might have been. I don't remember. Got 4 inches the other night, and it has been snowing off and on since. It's crazy. Pulled the traps, they've moved on. Yeah, it's never a bad thing. It's always good to get the beaver out. They're pretty good at tearing your stuff up. I think beaver season's pretty much over for everybody. I think some of them go to the end of the month. Has anybody been out finding mushrooms yet? I doubt it, because it seems like everybody lives where there's still snow. So
Someone on my Facebook has.
there's been a lot of people that has here that went out yesterday, and I'm sure there's a bunch found today.
I wish I could go out and find them.
All you do is go outside.
I don't know where to look.
In the woods.
Shut up. Stop being a dickhead.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
Obviously the woods, but
Outside the woods.
I don't know what part of the woods.
The part that's over there and over there and over there.
You know what? Screw
Hmm.
you.
Just saying. Starting to pop there and then got hit, yeah. I got some friends that got quite a few of them around here yesterday.
Ow.
Yeah, I tried doing the nuisance thing. It's hard to advertise it around here, really. I had a lot of people that do nuisance work causing problems with me, and I don't know.
Awesome.
How you doing, Scab? You got morals up there, didn't pick anything. How come? Around here, people will pick them and sell them.
Crazy Melissa's not this shit.
I know people, last few years are picking gallon bags and selling a gallon bag for $80.
She posted that she wasn't gonna do that. She needs to focus on herself.
Who cares about that? The bus came by. That'd be alright.
You just woke her child.
She's been awake. I could hear her. Yeah. What?
The video's like 10 seconds behind of what you're doing.
Every time I watch it live, I gotta back out and go back in like 5, 6 times. Because it gets so far behind. Huh?
I said there we go. Maybe block.
I'm blocked.
You were black. Screen black.
Okay then. Scab, did you wrestle your daughter? Let's see. What?
Who is it?
Jonathan.
Who do you want?
Asking about the shipping. He's been talking to me for like 8 months about starting a website, but he still hasn't done it. She went to take a shower because she fell in the creek. Did you secretly go down there and push her in it?
I thought it was cold.
Don't lie.
Doesn't he live in like Iowa?
No,
Or
it was in North Carolina.
something different?
Oh Lord.
What?
Trapper J just went live and said, "Let's raid Blakely." Link in description. Fun. Uh, Somebody commented on one of my Facebook posts. Did I miss it? But I don't know where they commented on.
What Facebook?
I just said I don't know where they commented it on. I don't know if it was on the Facebook page, one of the groups,
How do you know they commented?
because I just got the notification. It said they commented on, but I can't read it without clicking on it, and if I click on it, it'll end the live. So, but has anybody got? I mean, I don't know. What is today? Thursday, Friday. So we really ain't got much going on this weekend. Got Easter egg hunts planned for my daughter. Then we got one at the church. Yep, there it goes. Austin, I appreciate it. Yeah, I seen he went live and said, "Let's raid Blakely." So I'll be ready for it, I guess. I appreciate it.
Where's that Austin?
It's came over from Trapper J. Catch the biggest part of the yokes. Catch the top of your nobody wants you on the place to impress. Yeah, I got most of my coyotes this year in January. Of course, our season in Missouri ended on January 31st this year. So next year I can go on private land to April 15th. I can trap coyotes, but hopefully this property that I was on in January, I can get back on next year. So because he definitely has a ton of coyotes and fox out there and a bunch of bobcats. Hey Mooney, how you doing?
He's not live no more.
No, because he went live to say let's raid Blakely's. That's all he was doing. He's done that a couple times. He did that for Boxy one day. But yeah, I'm hoping to get at least a couple properties to trap next year. I'm gonna definitely get a bunch more traps prepped and ready to go. I'd like to have at least 4 or 5 dozen ready to set next season. October 15th, February 10th deer. Yeah, I see our Missouri deer season, the bow season ends January 15th. So, but the property that I'm on, he said after muzzleloader season I could go over there, and muzzleloader season ended January 1st or 2nd, something like that. I don't remember. The January 3rd was my first day setting over there. We'll grind some castor this weekend and hunt Easter eggs. Get somebody to fill your Easter eggs full of castor, so it's really something.
I want to do an adult one.
Hey Ryan Aspen, how you doing? Appreciate you coming over. And Andy, Mo, Homesteading. I appreciate you guys coming over here. Left-handed trigger finger. I like that name. I appreciate it, Jay. I seen it popped up, said you went live. And I was like, oh boy, and then I read it and I was like, oh, okay, oh boy. I appreciate it. Yeah, see here in Missouri, we can nuisance trap without a permit, but everything that I do, I let my I stay in touch with my conservation agent. I have his number and I just text him. It's the first time I've seen that.
What?
But I text him every time I'm going somewhere, what I'm going for, whether it's coyote, coon, whatever, and try to keep him updated on what I'm doing. Last of September to the second week of January. Awesome. Yeah, yeah, I'm hoping because I mean, when I pulled my traps this year, Jay, I mean, I was doing great. That last week, I was catching at least two coyotes a day, and I caught two fox that last week, and I definitely wasn't ready to pull them. It would have been nice to have that extra, at least 2 weeks to run my line, but so this next season, I'm definitely gonna be ready for it. I appreciate that, Ryan. I appreciate everybody coming over here. What's your plan for selling, Blakely? Selling what? Sorry, my community page was. Oh, so that's probably why. Okay. I appreciate that, Mo Homestead. I had a notification that popped up saying that I was mentioned, but I guess that's why. I appreciate that. My fur. I sell all my fur as I catch it pretty much. Um, when I get about 8 or 9 furs, I'll box them up and ship them to my fur buyer. He lives in Iowa. Um, I don't. There really wasn't a lot of money to be made on fur this year. I kind of just traded the money for fur to get a few of my first hand. So I think I'm getting, was it one like four different first hand? So,
Really.
nothing. Because I just traded. Instead of getting money, I just traded what he would pay me for tanning.
I didn't know you had that much money for all four of them.
The last one was $78, something like that. And I had a little bit of credit over. And then I used that to have those two fox tan. Hey Hunt Ready, how you doing tonight? Need to send some furs up to Canada. So what's the rule on that? Do your furs have to be completely finished before you can send them over the line? I was talking to somebody in Canada a while back, and we was talking about sending furs over there, and uh, he said that for him to send them here, they have to be completely done, so they're not considered like a raw animal product. Yeah, I'd like to tan. I don't have the time to do it. I've thought about it. I mean, I don't have the time to. I haven't had the time to do my own fur. I sell everything green, but I'm contemplating this year on uh, scraping and drying a few of my own furs. See how that goes. Need to be finished, except for the special permit, as far as I know. Yeah. I appreciate that, Will. Yeah. Most of my trapping, or most of my videos right now, were in my trap line. So right now I don't have a ton of videos to post up. But come convention season, I'll have a lot more videos to do. I plan on doing a lot of lives when I'm at the conventions too.
As long as service allows.
Yeah, as long as service allows, because the Missouri convention last year, there was like no service in that building whatsoever.
No, it was Iowa.
Is that Kenzie?
No, it's her head.
She's just headbutting the wall. She ain't doing it no more.
Yeah.
She's, well, there she is, maybe.
And she said, ow.
Yeah, she's holding her head. My daughter's supposed to be going to bed, but she's sitting in her bed and beating her head on the wall.
I wonder if she's tired.
Whatever. Finished and sites tags on FHA good. I see. I don't see. I don't plan on sending any furs over there. I just it's one of those things I wasn't sure about chilling at work right now. That's awesome, Heart Ready. Seems like you're always working when I'm going live. Finished as in fleshed and stretched. I'm. I'd love to be able to tan a couple, but I mean, I had a hard time having the time just to skin all my animals last year. I see. Yeah, Ryan, Scab, he tanned a couple beaver tails this year, I believe. I know he was skinning them out not too long ago. That's awesome, Will. I love trapping. I haven't been in trapping a long time like a lot of people, but it's definitely taken over my life to where, I work in the trapping industry. I live in it. It's my life. So everything about me is trapping now. Yeah, a lot of the conventions we went to didn't have very good service. Yeah, the selling, yeah, definitely, because there's a lot of people right now that won't buy raccoon, coyote. Uh, I know there's a few companies that weren't buying otter no more. Mink, so it's, well, not otter. It wasn't otter, what was it? I know some of them quit buying mink, coyote, raccoon, possum. I don't remember. There's a bunch of them that they ain't buying no more. Just stretched and dried. Yeah, Scab, I've seen a bunch of your lives, but every time I see them, it's already over. But I did catch that one today. 6 days a week, 13-hour shifts right now. Yeah, I think I remember you saying something about you work crazy hours for like 4 months and then the rest of the year you don't, or something like that. You looked it up a few months ago, it said it needed to be tan. So I'm not too sure. Tanya have a 3-day weekend of He was gonna go live. I didn't know. You never go live on Thursdays. See, I try to do all my lives during the week because Friday, Saturday, and Sunday there's always people going live. So I try to do 2 or 3 lives throughout the week. You've been shipping to Canada since NAFA went under. That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely recommend you guys to check out each other's channels and support each other. Hey, Kyle Wacker, how you doing? You having a pretty good evening? Yeah, the selling options aren't real great right now either. But like I said, I'm not in it for the money. I'm glad that I can get enough for my furs to trade for getting a few of them tanned. I mean, that's enough for me, honestly. I love to trap, so if all of them are worthless, it doesn't matter. I'll still be trapping.
If you make me a moderator, I'll properly.
Telltale start out. You have to comment, and then I can do it after you comment. See how the tails turn out? Yeah. I know a lot of people make wallets and stuff with beaver tails. Hey, AKW Farms, how you doing tonight? Stretch and dried, ear cartilage removed with canines and cats. Sweet. Edible usage. How you doing, Chester? You already are a moderator. I thought you was. Trapping the Dakotas. I've never trapped up there, so I mean I wouldn't really know. Uh, I'm in Southwest Missouri, and this is the only place I've ever trapped, so I don't have a lot of advice to give you around there. I'm trying to think. I don't even really know of anybody in the Dakotas. Yeah, Mark Stack would be. If you got his number, go ahead and call him and ask him.
I'm gonna hear small lavender. I'm gonna put her in the freezer time.
For turkey season. Yeah, I've never. I've kind of been turkey hunting. I think I went 3 or 4 times. That was it. But I don't really have a place to go turkey hunting, so Ed Schneider, yeah. I'm sure Ed's been up there before.
You know what I'm excited for?
Trap another state, be a dream of yours. Yeah. I would like to go. If I would like to trap one wolf and one mountain lion. I think that'd be awesome. Yeah.
To meet all these people.
Okay.
Well,
I've met a few of them. I don't know that one. Don't really care.
what is it?
That stupid spindle for the weed eater. I went that way.
I met Jay and I think.
Scab, I appreciate you sharing everybody's channels. I remember seeing Ryan Asman at the Dunlap booth at the NTA. Ryan Asman. You have a deadline tonight? It's always fun. It's not. I don't say it's 9:47 here, so it's not too late yet. Never have left Iowa to trap, but I've gone to Wyoming to antelope hunt. Yeah, I seen you went and shot an antelope earlier. Well, I don't know if it was early this year or late last year, but I remember seeing it on Facebook. Mini muskrats. Yeah, I've heard a lot of muskrats in South Dakota, and I believe that trapping South Dakota would be a lot different than trapping North Dakota. That's just my opinion. I think it'd be kind of like the difference between trapping Iowa and Minnesota. Scam. Yeah, it was funny. We was talking about being showcased on Boxy's YouTube, and Trapper Jay's like, "How come nobody ever showcases me?" And it's like, you should be showcasing all of us. It's like, most of us, all of our following came from you. Trapper Jay's helped a lot of people out on their YouTube channels and everything else.
Do you want the pretzels?
North Dakota and it's barren, totally flat, no idea how to trap it. Used to the woods back home. Michael Lamb, what state are you from?
Hi, Benny.
In North Dakota, see, I'm not even sure what the laws are up there, but I mean, if you have a ton of snow, if you're able, I would say use snares. I think it'd probably be your best bet. But then again, I mean, I've never trapped up there, so I wouldn't know. You have to finish the document before you log off tonight. That's not fun. I don't mind having things to do. It's being told to have it done by this time. That's when I get unexcited to do it. Beaver tails can hook up to traditional archers. They use them for grips. That's awesome, Autocat. Wyoming trip, October.
You want pretzels?
Ryan.
Hey, Ben.
That's awesome.
Ben.
Little guy with minimal avenues to grow. Just start referring to Jay as Grandpa.
No. You don't need all this stuff in
Uh,
bed. You don't have big enough bed.
Jay, I mean, you've helped a lot of us out. I know you've helped me out a ton. So here's the story about Beaver Tails. I had a jar with beaver tails in it that I've had sitting since mid-December, something like that. And it was a like a 60-ounce jar, something like that. Had it 3/4 of the way full of beaver tail. Been sitting for uh, 5-6 months, and it would I had about half a jar of beaver tail oil that had been made in it. Well, we got home today and it's on the ground, and dogs and cats have ate everything that was inside it. So that's gone. So no more beaver tail oil for me. How do I prep your traps? Uh, Different than a lot of people, I can tell you that. I like to boil my traps in vinegar to get the rust off of them. If they're rusty, I'll boil them in vinegar for about 20 minutes, take them out, scrub them off, and then spray them off. And if need be, I'll throw them back in the vinegar for a little bit. Um, if they're new traps, I might put them in there for about 5 minutes just to kind of get the oil off, let them rust up a little bit. And then usually I would dye them in logwood dye. Just mix it with water, boil it, and dye your traps in it. But honestly, this year, um, I ran a lot of traps straight out of the box. I didn't rust them, boil them, clean them. I didn't do nothing. Took them straight out of the box, put them in the ground, and I had lots of success with them. I caught coyotes, fox, raccoon, bobcat, all kinds of stuff on them. So, I mean, that's just how I do it. I know according to a lot of people that would be dumb of me, but it worked. I also spray painted a couple this year to see how that would work, and I caught coyotes in it. I caught raccoons, so I don't think it really matters how you do it. I would recommend dyeing your traps with something to keep them from rusting to uh, help prolong the longevity of your metal of your trap. So I would definitely suggest to dye them with something, whether it be speed dip, paint, logwood dye, walnut holes, whatever you want to use. South Oregon, been watching Trap J every day, and I hope we can start trapping it. That's awesome, Tyler. It's awesome to hear, man. You'll love it, I can tell you that. Once you start, you'll love it. You're number one. Got 20 gallons brewing. Jay, send me about 12 gallons. I'll leave you 8. I'll be nice. I won't take it all. I appreciate that, Scab. So I was pretty excited about it. Then all of a sudden, boom, gone today. So make a YouTube channel. I've been throwing around the idea for some time now. Something online. It turns out okay. Video channel. So go for it, Ryan. I mean, you never know. You definitely will never know unless you try. Never hurts to try. Just ordered 12 110s, then I got 2 Duke 550s. That's awesome, Tyler. You always got to start somewhere. Coon bait tortilla, but I'm still going to get some quick coon. I appreciate that, Tanya. Say, raccoons are one of the easiest animals to catch. I mean, you can virtually put anything you want in the dog proof, and you're going to catch raccoons. There are things that work better than others, that's for sure, but Um, I mean, yeah, they're pretty easy to catch. The only man gotta be tall tails. Not ready yet. Can you blue the traps? I don't see why you couldn't. I would say bluing the traps is a whole lot more work than is necessary. But, I mean, I don't think it would hurt anything. Yeah, scam. That's definitely, there's a lot of things that I've posted. Like, I have a YouTube and a TikTok for my daughter. And basically, it's just to post videos on there to have later to where, we don't have to keep them on our phones and stuff. We can just post them on there. So whenever we need them, they're there. I wanted to kind of show other trappers what running a line is like for someone in my shoes. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of people that'd be curious about it, and Ryan, honestly, it'd probably help a lot of people that uh, don't think that they could run a trap line because of different reasons. So I mean, you never know how you could help somebody. A lot of times, it's the smallest things that help somebody. So run them through the dishwasher, paint, and wax in the fall before season. Yeah, say there's 100 different ways to do it, and I mean none of the ways are wrong. If you think something might work, go for it. I mean, I know people that soak their traps in WD-40. It works for them, so do it. I mean, I'm not gonna be somebody that tells you that there's one way to do it and that's how you need to do it. So, and I'm not one of the people that tells you that you're right or wrong or stupid or not because you don't wax your traps. Because there's a lot of people that think you should wax your traps, period. Well, a lot of the most successful trappers I know don't wax their traps. Oh boy, yeah, there's anti-trappers everywhere. Doesn't matter where you go. I get them everywhere. They didn't like my bait last night. And say, I mean, you're not gonna catch them every night, but you can use a lot of different things. So I tell people, I always ask them, where do you see raccoons the most? And they're like, well, either in my dog food or the trash. And I'm like, exactly. I mean, they're raccoons, they're trash pandas. I mean, you can really bait them with anything. Got attacked by beaver last month. They started damming our creek, trying to see how fast they were building and tried to bite me. That sucks, AKW. Definitely need to get some traps out there and get them taken care of. So them beaver, they work fast. Trapper Jay is definitely your guy to talk to about that because he traps a lot of beaver. Just delete them, yeah. I always just tell them thanks for the view and I appreciate it. That's about it. I mean, I don't argue with them or nothing because it's pointless. Only got one. Seems like once you do a giveaway, it really brings in the riffraff. Yeah, I've done lots of giveaways, and my biggest thing about giveaways is when you do a giveaway, you'll get a lot of the people that come just for the giveaway, and if they don't win, they'll accuse you of cheating or having it rigged or this and that. They're not really antis, they're just, I don't know. I don't know how to politely say it, but not very decent human beings, I guess you could say. Hey Billingsley, how you doing tonight? Did you get your beaver traps pulled? You run salt and sodium. Yeah, I definitely want to use wax if you're using salt, because they'll eat your trap up pretty quick. They pulled out my cuffs and skirted my live trap. Huh, that's crazy. I appreciate that, Jim. I appreciate all you guys that came here tonight to chat with us, with all of us, get to know each other, share each other's channels, support each other. I appreciate it, and I know everybody else appreciates it. Who's going to the end? Uncle Buck, are you referring to NTA? You won't do one? Pulled yesterday, that's awesome. Probably won't do too many giveaways myself, yeah. It's hard to do giveaways. That's why a lot of times it's always best to say, you have to do this to be entered into the giveaway, because if you say everybody's entered, then there's always going to be 4 or 5 people that are going to complain, thinking that you cheated or rigged it or whatever like that. It just got in my boot. Talking about the beaver. The beaver just got in your boot. 56 total scab. You got 56 total beaver. That's awesome. Uncle Buck, I appreciate you coming in, and I will be there. As long as nothing bad or crazy happens, I'll be there. I'll be set up at the NTA. I appreciate that, CJ. Hey, Internet Vet, how you doing? Yeah, beaver are pretty nasty to each other, so I definitely wouldn't want to get tangled up with one. Yeah, giveaways can be crazy, that's for sure. Yeah, Internet Vet, Trapper J raided me. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's definitely a long drive, but I'm gonna put it in. So as long as nothing crazy happens.
You're gonna be sitting there.
You live there? Well, that's awesome. It's pretty close for you then.
I'm gonna
So we're in Southwest Missouri, so it's about 11 hours for us.
Once something happens, I can another highway.
It's like you're late to the party. Oh, you're not too late. Wisconsin convention. I won't be in Wisconsin. That's a little too far. Your boot is no longer waterproof. That sucks.
Is it like a medical boot?
No, a beaver. He said a beaver tried to bite him, so I'm guessing the beaver bit his boot. All you got is get here and get in the truck. So I tell people this would be the year to carpool. With gas prices the way they are, it's the year to carpool.
You can't go to the carpool.
You know? So everybody I know, we'd have to go quite a ways out of the way to meet them.
You don't have room.
Well, it didn't matter. Everybody I know is up north.
I think, no, we're not going by there.
No, we're not going by anybody. Really. I think we're going right through Illinois. Illinois.
We're going to St. Louis and into Illinois.
Yeah. That's what I said. Yeah.
And that one day I'm going to Michigan.
We'll see.
Probably Saturday.
Right. Are you offering? Billingsley, have you talked Mike into going yet? You see the pH tester? I included a link. Are you saying yeah to me, or are you saying yeah to Ryan? Okay. Yeah, I told him he needed to come. He said he's going to Iowa. I said, well, yeah. I said I would think you'd go to Iowa. Swing by Tennessee on the way.
We need to know.
How far is Tennessee out of the way from Ohio?
I don't know.
I don't think it's too far away, honestly.
We need to know by
Jeep fan.
We need more than just.
I know, but I'm just saying, Jeep fan.
I know. But
Billingsley, were you interested in the house?
you have to be okay with kids.
The FTA? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be at the FTA as well. I have the contract thing in here that I need to fill out. Alright, CJ, I appreciate you coming in here. You have a good night, man. You have a good weekend coming up. So did everybody have a pretty successful trapping seasons in? So I think everybody's about over with now. Just be 10 or 12 extra hours. Alright, Billingsley, no problem. I appreciate that, Scam. Alright, Justin, Jennifer. Good Lord. Is it Jennifer or is it Jen? I appreciate you coming in and chatting with us tonight. You have a good night. Hey Aaron, how you doing? Beaver and otter season still on in northern Wisconsin. That's awesome. You're in extreme southeast Iowa. I'm in extreme southwest Missouri. Pretty much right on the Arkansas line.
Pretty much.
She goes by Jen only. Okay. Do you go by Jet? Hey Gary, how you doing? From extreme northwest Missouri. And pray for my grandpa. He has stage 4 lung cancer in Buffalo.
Definitely.
Sorry to hear that, AKW. So we'll definitely keep him in our prayers. We just had a gentleman from our church pass away with cancer. They told him that he would have 6 months without treatment and 2 years with treatment. He was 83 years old. And he went in to have surgery. And if I heard right, he went in to have surgery. And they did a scan and found out that the surgery was way worse, or the cancer was way worse than they thought. And he ended up going on hospice and he passed last Sunday. So they told him 6 months, 2 years, and it was 2 weeks. So we'll definitely keep him in our prayers. Sorry to hear that. Had the NTA in Spencer that was only a 15-minute drive away. Well, that's awesome, Brian. The NTA last year was stupid hot. I mean, stupid hot. I remember Saturday was like 110. And then they had that kids cave that was in that like chicken coop building. It was like 130 in there. It was ridiculous. Was not bad. Yeah. It wasn't bad if you were sitting in an ice bath. I told him, I said, the only person at the NTA that has a good booth this year is Kendall with No BS. Because he was right by the big door and he had 2 fans, big fans pointed right at him. I said, he's the only one with a good booth this year. I heard and possibly seen you wreck your chair at the after party. Yeah, I seen that. There wasn't any possibly about that. I think everybody's seen that. Dunlap shared that with Pride. First NTA you went to was 5 minutes away. Yeah, the Missouri convention this year is like 58 minutes from my house. You kept hydrated. Yeah,
That stupid video you watch.
yeah. Missouri was hot, but it wasn't quite like NTA. I bet Missouri got close to 100, but Iowa was about 110. I mean, it was ridiculous. Well, I mean, Saturday, it was like 11 o'clock, and everybody was leaving because it was so hot. Everybody was outside sitting under shade trees, drinking bottles of water. Trapper J, no comment. um, yeah, the Nebraska convention was amazing. I mean, you almost needed a hoodie in the morning.
No,
The Nebraska convention was amazing. Oklahoma was pretty nice too. Well, the weather anyway. That was about the only thing that was nice about Oklahoma. Huh? Yeah.
yeah, because they did their auction Friday night.
107 on the thermometer. Yeah. Missouri. We didn't leave Missouri. It was like 11:45 at night. Was their auction? It was no. Their auction was Friday night, wasn't it? It wasn't Saturday night.
No, it was just Saturday.
It was Saturday night.
It was Oklahoma's that was Friday.
Yeah, that's right. So
We missed it.
Missouri had their auction Saturday night, and we stayed for it. They said it's usually like 2 hours long. I was like, all right.
17 hours later.
Yeah, it was like a little over 4 hours long. It was like holy moly. I said, you guys really make an all night out of this thing, don't you? An all night event. He's like, yeah. Sometimes it gets a little out of hand. I was like, a little out of hand. I was like, it's been going on forever. Derek Skelton down south dirt holes. Not too much. We're just getting on here chatting, seeing how everybody's doing. Appreciate you coming in here tonight.
Of course, I think it would have ended earlier if they didn't have that stupid dude doing
Yeah, the auctioneer that was doing it was he was very talkative. Everything that he auctioned off, he had to talk about it for about 10 minutes before he auctioned it off. Trapper J, you're at the convention to shop. You don't stay too long. You were at the Iowa one both days, weren't you? Or was it just Saturday?
Iowa was just Saturday.
You was there for a while Saturday then. It gets wild after hours. That's why you don't want a booth. I don't know. Trapper J, was funny when you walked into Iowa. I was sitting at my booth talking to somebody, and you walked in, and I was like, huh. The guy's like, what? I said, I didn't know Trapper J was coming to this convention. He's like, huh? He's like, Trapper J's here? I was like, yeah. He's like, where? And I pointed out over there. He looked at it. He's like, oh my God. And he got real red in the face. And he started like shaking. He's like, oh my God, I can't believe Trapper J's here. And I was like, calm down. It'll be all right.
I didn't see him Friday.
So I thought he said both. He slept in the truck. You slept in the truck? Did you get your wife a hotel and she made you sleep in the truck? No.
I don't remember seeing him Friday, but at that time I didn't know who he was, so.
Mm. Plans to do a surgery in a week or two to get rid of the cancer because he's doing good enough after the stroke. That's awesome, AKW.
No.
Oh, goodness. Would have slept better in a Ford. Oh, so your wife was there Saturday, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, she was.
Trapper J, don't you have a Ford? Don't you drive a Ford?
She wants seasonings.
I know. But he said, Derek Skelton said you would have slept better in a Ford. Pretty sure Trapper J has a Ford. Well, that's good news, AKW. I hope they get it. Hope they're able to get it all out. Cancer's definitely not a something that.
Friend.
It's definitely well, friend, but it's definitely not something that half does it. I guess. Woke up with my head hanging out the window and it was raining. I'm not even gonna ask how that happened. Tyler, he has a Chevy. Yeah, that's the convention I was talking about, Jay. I didn't go to the other Iowa convention. I was just at the Backwater one.
That's probably where I'm getting confused.
Yeah.
Lay down.
He has a Chevy. He might. I could. I thought he had a Ford. I guess. I don't know. I don't know too much, so don't hold me accountable to what I say. I guess.
Lay down.
Jay, did you ever get that your sticker out of the back window with the Spencer for 2 days? Yeah, I thought you was there for 2 days because that one was 3 days long.
Is that the other Iowa one he's talking
Huh?
about? No, because it didn't.
Spencer was the NTA.
I know. It didn't rain that time.
You sold the Ford 2 years ago. I see. Yeah, I didn't know Jay at the NTA at the time of the NTA. I didn't know hardly anybody at the time of the NTA. I was still a newbie to the trapping. Uh, yeah, well, not just the conventions, but the industry, I guess you could say. I'd been selling trapping supplies for a while, but had never really got into like the YouTube or anything like that to get to know anybody. So, Scab, you never know. You're in Tennessee. Uh, Tennessee. Where's Tennessee? It's pretty close. How close are you to Illinois? Illinois puts on a good one. But yeah, I met Trapper J. The first time was in Missouri, and then yeah,
Nebraska.
Missouri was before Nebraska. First time I met him was in Missouri. Most conventions are far from me this year. But not really, Jay. The FTA ain't too far. FTA is probably 2.5 hours from here. But I met Trapper J like twice before I even knew he had a YouTube. Well, it's like I knew he had a YouTube because I'd heard a couple people talk about him, but that's about it. Yeah, you bought drags from me in Missouri. I know because you messaged me later that night and you're like, if I'd have known these were so heavy, I would have waited a little bit to buy them instead of carrying them around. It's like, yeah, they're kind of heavy. Hospital won't let anyone under, huh?
He wrote the drags in Nebraska.
No, he bought them in Missouri. Hospital won't let anyone under 18 in to see any patients not able to see them. That's crazy. See, the hospitals here don't really care for the most part. They just want you to put a mask on. It's in Virginia next year, you believe? Why Virginia?
Is it the NTA?
Yeah, they could at least have it in West Virginia. That's so far. I get invited to New York all the time, and I tell people, I'm like, you know how far away that is for me? You're talking a 20-hour drive. Pretty good poke to Illinois. Get closer to PA. Pull up the map of the United States. Falls. What part of Tennessee is on the plateau?
Tennessee is.
What you do is you just find a couple people that live not too far from you, and you guys just carpool to them. I'd say all the ones I know of are about the same distance from Tennessee. There's some in West Virginia, Ohio, Illinois, Arkansas.
Isn't Arkansas Little Rock? No.
It's in, the first one's in Hot Springs. So I'm not too sure.
Hot Springs may be close to him.
Yeah.
Maybe. He said he lived in Middle-ish.
Hot Springs would still probably be 8 to 10 hours away. I had to cut my spring movie season short this year. That's why you haven't seen me catching her. That sucks, Ryan. But I mean, there was so much rain the last few weeks of beaver season that I mean, a lot of people I know wasn't even able to trap anyway. So, in between Nashville and Memphis, can't recall for sure. That sucks. Trump J, it does suck. I appreciate that, Derek. Let's see. They should. Let's see here. Tomorrow's the last day to order them,
Maybe
so.
Wednesday that they ship out.
Huh?
Wednesday. Is it tomorrow?
It'd be like Wednesday or Thursday for the ship out. I'm 100% certain that Trapper Store ain't giving me anything. That sucks, Jay. Sorry to hear that.
Extra noisy.
I'll tell you later. I hate to hear when anybody has any problems with trapping companies,
Why is he going to Maryland when he
different things. Same reason why I order stuff from different people. You traded? No, I'm just kidding. Lima's 9 hours from you, 11 hours to Lima from me. Yeah. We're like, to be exact, Lima, Ohio is like 10 hours and like 48 minutes for us.
I'll tell you.
But it'll probably take us close to 12 hours with the kid and everything. And the PP
The
breaks
kid?
and the drink breaks, huh?
With the kid,
Yeah, with the kid.
it's 11 hours and 11 minutes.
Is it really? Oh, last time I checked it was 10 hours and 40 something. Google is stupid. Like, I swear for like 3 months I was like, man, the NTA is like 13 hours and something from us. Because I know 100% for a fact. I Googled it and it was like 13 hours and 20 something minutes. And then one day we're talking about it and I looked it up just to see exactly how far it was. And it was 10 hours and 40 something minutes. I was like, no, there's no way. So I don't know if somehow like a highway opened up in that time. They made it quicker. But my wife just looked it up and now it's saying it's 11 hours and something. So I don't know.
11:11.
Just got home, got the crappie clean. That's awesome. Set on sign. Those traps shipped out yesterday. Today, yesterday. Wow, time really blends together. I don't know, but they've shipped.
Were the ones we took today?
I think it was yesterday.
We didn't go to the post office yesterday.
I know.
And put on the notes.
Is she like okay?
No.
She's still awake? She's been in bed for almost an hour and a half, and she's still sitting there. She was beating her head on the wall. She ain't going to bed.
Yeah, she is.
She was in her bed for over 2 hours today, taking a nap, and never fell asleep.
No, she was only in there for 45
It
minutes.
was longer than that. I ordered around 30 times last year from Amazon, I think. Yeah. That's what I said. Since
Lay down while you get this thing.
that happened, I've heard a couple things about them. But it is what it is, I guess. 8 hours if my wife drives, 10 if I drive. Well, how come is that, our cat?
She's feeds.
Yeah, he probably likes to watch, glance around when he's driving through. Take the back roads. I like taking back roads. But you gotta be careful. Some of the places we went
down.
last year, oh boy. Some of them back roads are crazy. Southeast Regional Convention in October. I appreciate that, James. Thanks for coming in. Oh, so Billingsley, it's not the NTA. It's the Southeast Regional Convention. Pickle is done. Now they set for a day in the tanning solution. Hey, Arkansas Trapper. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good week, man. But, yeah. I hate when I hear people that are having problems with other trapping uh, supply companies. I've heard from a couple people where they placed an order and it took 3 weeks for the order to ship out or something crazy like that. What? Arkansas Trapper? That scab, that's your twin? I feel sorry for him. Billingsley, yeah. I know how it is. I appreciate that, Son on Son. I got I got the most likes I've ever had on a live. I mean, that's awesome. I appreciate it, Jay. Go to sleep. You'll feel better if you go to sleep.
I don't have the one that comes with that chocolate on it. It's this one. It's pink.
I don't know. Somebody said we look
Lay down.
alike.
Lay down and drink your milk.
So, I know I had a couple people ask me when I've been talking about it the last couple weeks. But, anyway, more milk. My new hot sauce is now on the website. I only have I have another one that I'm working on right now. That it might be a little bit before I have it completely done, but that hot sauce is now on the website. Just finished editing the Morel Hunt and cooking Honey Beef video. So you found some morels already this year? I know I had some friends that found quite a few yesterday. Uh-oh. So I don't think she's ready for bed. Might be one of those nights you can let her play for 30 minutes and then put her back in bed. It's better than letting her do that for an hour and a half. She's already been doing it for an hour and a half. She acts like you. Hey Mark J, how you doing tonight?
Oh, she needs to.
Hope you're having a good week. Found 5 morels today and they were just coming up. It's awesome. I know a lot of people have been having some crazy weather. We've been getting lots of wind and rain. Sky. Yeah, I imagine today we had a really nice day that was kind of sunny, so I imagine there's quite a few pop up today here. I had some friends that found quite a few yesterday. A couple separate friends that found them in separate places. So. Come on. So, was anybody surprised with their fur sales this year, or was everybody a disappointment? Arkansas Missouri line headed back to Saturday to pick some more. Hey, honey. Are you hungry? What? She said cheese. She said cheese.
Chips.
Oh, you want chips?
You want this?
Are you hungry? Did you not get enough spaghetti?
You want those?
Hey, see if she wants Cheetos. Did you not get enough spaghetti?
You're going to bed, honey. If you don't go to bed,
I am right on the Arkansas Missouri line. My wife tells me to put something else in. It's too cold there for girls. Yeah.
Let's go to bed. Yeah.
Average $12 each on my Beaver Red Cross.
How many do you want?
That's not too bad. No, it's not too bad at all.
How many do you want?
Wow, Ryan,
You want two?
that's not too good. I know right now, coyotes and raccoons are super hard to sell. So a Beaver Sunday blanket bought $12 green. That's
you
awesome.
got 5 minutes and you're going to bed.
Yeah. Yeah, coyotes this year were ridiculous. So were coons. I did better on my skunk than I did anything. Of course, skunk right now, I mean, everything about a skunk is valuable. The fur, the essence, the meat, the fat. Everything's valuable in a skunk. Froze yours maybe next year. End up selling online through tannery to the house. Yeah, Arkansas Travel, that's what I did with all my furs. I just basically traded all my furs for tanning.
Go buy the new ones.
First year, I was sold fur.
Okay, you ready to go to bed?
Ryan, are you selling it green?
Take the cracker.
See that dirty look she's giving you? She's like, I ain't going to bed. Kinsey, I love you. Skunks are very good money. Just today, we was driving down the road, I smelled a skunk. Told my wife, said, where is it? I said, we need that.
Stop. Let me be with you.
Say, I'm good, Mama. Sold 10 cats, got 35 each on them. That's not too terrible.
I'm gonna go watch Biggie. I'm about to go put JJ in.
$100 for the skunk's fur?
You want
I'd be
cheese?
all over it. I need skunk essence right now. Say thank you guys.
Let's go to bed.
Tyler. Yeah,
Come on.
setting traps is definitely something that takes getting used to. Once you do it for a while, you'll be able to set them easy. No problem, man. I know we all appreciate you watching, and we're all glad we can help in any way. King size bling still sell for $1,000 on every website over here. Pretty much. There's places that'll give you $2 for your coyote, and then they turn around and sell it for $50.
Hey, grab one. Here. You don't need
That's
all
if they
this
just
food in your bag.
sell the fur, and not even make anything out of it.
I got you two.
Arkansas Trapper, yeah, Scab sold some otters.
Okay, let me put them in a snack cup. Are you wanting this cheese?
Yeah, right now raccoons, about everybody I know, is almost impossible to sell a raccoon right now. All the coyotes hit the ditch. Yeah, I skinned all mine out and sent them out. I basically just traded them for getting other furs tan. I think I got like 3 or 4 furs. I'm getting tan. Oh, but I don't need any. Like I don't need any right now, but I always need it. If you know what I mean. Like
Bye-bye tomorrow?
if Essence ever comes up, I'm gonna get it
Go look for Easter eggs.
tomorrow.
But, yeah, the lady wants to take the baby to the library.
I didn't know there's doing eggs. I think you said there's doing a reading thing.
It is, but each kid gets an egg and they have 75 Easter baskets up for grabs.
That's not looking for eggs. Kenzie, slap her.
No, it's an
Come here.
Easter egg story time.
Kenzie, come here.
For Easter.
Yeah, Billings, it's like castor. I don't need it, but I always need it. Oh, you got cheese stick? Oh. Hey, can you tell everybody bye? No, don't kick it. Can you tell everybody bye-bye? Say bye-bye. Say bye, everybody. Love you, honey. Are you gonna go to bed this time? Are you gonna go to sleep? Are you gonna go to sleep this time? You're kicking my phone. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Bye. Love you, honey. Good night. Go to bed this time. Fall asleep. Fall asleep this time. Average 25 in the order, 10 total. For large, 5XL, 1 extra large. 25's not terrible, but it's not good. Say no. Yeah. She's already been in bed for an hour and a half and didn't fall asleep. We'll just let her out. There's some times where she'll go in there and spend an hour and a half, 2 hours in her room and not go to bed. We'll let her out to play for 20, 30 minutes, take her back, and she'll pass right out. So, I don't know. Brought that frozen home. Yeah. It was crazy. Some of the things that started like in November started off higher, and some of the things started off lower. Like around the middle to end of January, they just kind of swapped. The stuff that was doing all right ain't worth nothing now, and the stuff that wasn't doing nothing's worth a little bit now. So, all right, AKW. I appreciate it. We might still be live. I'm not 100% sure how long we're gonna go, but. Had an old timer that Dale knows, average 33 frozen green. That's awesome. She had a bed.
Oh, she's like, no.
Scab, do you have to tag all your otters there?
No, it's tired and
You know what I'm gonna say?
no. You're always in
You woke up that way.
Oh, that's right, I did.
Alright, Kayak Whacker, I appreciate you coming in. You have a good night, man.
Let me just sit down.
10:40.
20 minutes past my bedtime.
Huh?
40 minutes past my bedtime.
1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 hour and 40 minutes past your bedtime. 1 required to sell. You know. So we have to get all our bobcats and order tagged here. Uh, they don't cost anything, but they can tag.
And watch this through
I don't need any right now, but it's one of those things I always need. You know what I mean? It's like castor and glands. I don't I like I'm not in a dire need for it, but I always need it.
You always like it on hand.
Yeah. I always like to have a good amount on hand because you never know when you're gonna need a bunch.
She could be sitting up eating her cheeks.
You know.
Mm.
Cats in order to be tagged in Tennessee. Yeah.
She
What's the best to mix with essence to make it last, to make it easy to use to set?
Bailey.
Yeah, Mark J, I seen where you posted that on your community tab. Uh, I'll try to be there. I don't remember what all's going on. I know we have to go to my in-laws at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, pay for them shipping. See, I call the conservation agent. He comes out and tags them for me.
I should be home by 7. I'm gonna be at mom's at by 2. I might go earlier so we can leave early.
That don't ever happen. I'll go over and sit all day while you blabber your mouth open. Right? That's pretty much how that'll go. Derek Skelton have no idea.
She's about to get cooking now.
And she might just not like what's playing on the TV.
It's Charlotte's Web. She did that.
Yeah. Didn't say that.
She had Paw Patrol. And she probably watched it.
Peanut oil works really well.
Probably watched it too many times. But she chose to pick
Mm-hmm. Average 27. Fun. Out of town Saturday. In the woods. You going turkey hunting? Yeah, I'll say I'll try my hardest to be there. It just depends on when we get home Saturday. Say not there's not a lot of people that schedule their lives really. I sometimes I try to schedule mine. It ain't but maybe 20 or 30 minutes in advance, but because I never really know when I'm gonna have time to go live. I'm always busy, always gone doing something, so I never really know exactly when I'm gonna have time to do it. So sometimes I'll schedule them about 20, 30 minutes in advance so people can, get ready, kind of. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it don't. Just an easy bite measurement that way. Yeah. Been pretty steady for lives, yeah. So I know you've done one. You've done one quite a few times this week. Uh, I missed all of them but the one today. All the other ones when I seen them, it was already over. Hunting found an old foundation in the middle of nowhere. Arkansas Trapper. Jesse James Road this area. Jesse James Road all around where I live. All around. There's actually a Jesse James Road that goes through Pineville. They filmed one of his movies here back a long time ago. One of the Jesse James movies. We have Jesse James days every summer,
Fall.
fall, whatever segment. Can't be there, but want in the giveaway, go back to my video. To the keyword in the comment, and it'll be in here. It's awesome, Mark J. You heard everybody go to Mark J's video and enter the keyword in the comments. Be sure to watch the video completely. I have to mash a lot of peanuts to get that much oil. Otter cat. Side of natural spring. Yeah, Southwest Missouri. I'm in Jane, Missouri. I'm right on the Arkansas line. Like my dirt road, if you go right, it's like right about 2 miles to the Arkansas line. Hey PA, how you doing tonight?
I guess Burke's brother that I told you passed away. I guess he committed suicide.
I mean, you never really told me who it was. You kind of speculated about 20 times who it was.
Oh, my family's huge.
I'm not naming anything about my family. My family's humongous. All the way from Missouri, Arkansas to New Mexico. Billingsley, you want Otter Cat to hit you? PA in the house. Where have you been? I seen PA and Scabs live earlier. What trap do I like the best for coyotes? Derek, you just trying to start an argument and a fight in here? Personally, my opinion, what I have used, I've never used any of the no BS traps, which I'm going to get me some this year to use. One of my favorites that I've used is the Duke 650 Pro Series and the new Alpha Trap. I really, really like the new Alpha Trap, but I despise the price. They're very, very, very expensive. The Duke 650 is probably one of my favorite traps right now. I haven't tried the 550 yet. I plan on getting a couple of those just to be able to try them. So,
Nope, Arkansas tractor there. That's $4 for us.
it's the least I can do for all of the great supporters we have. It's awesome, Mark. Did I say it's always awesome to give back as much as you can, but like I was saying earlier, giveaways can definitely be hard because a lot of the giveaways I do, and I do a bunch of them, uh, you're always going to end up having the people that think it's rigged or you cheated or something like that because they didn't win. So, Northeast Arkansas, that's probably close to Myrtle, Missouri. Not sure. I've never heard of Myrtle, Missouri. So I'm about 45 minutes south of Joplin, Missouri. Yeah, Derek, I'm gonna get some of the no BS traps. I've been meaning to get some. But I've met Kendall a couple times, and Kendall's an awesome guy. So uh, just the fact that he's so cool, I want to get some try 'em out. I want to get some this summer for next year. What is that? You can grind them down to make them legal in PA. Who knows? I mean, you can use the 550. Okay, Sky to the rescue. I think I missed something. What is?
The Arkansas trapper asked how far are we away from that town.
Yeah.
He's like, not sure if you know where it is. And I googled it.
Oh, well, I know. I read.
He didn't read it all.
I did read it, but I was. What was it? I was reading Articat's comment about being tech dumb. What that was. She
Technology
is. She
down.
joined me. Yeah, I was trying to. I was wondering what comment he was talking about, and it was talking about the comment where Billings said PM him sometime. Said hit me on PM, and I was like, Billingsley, you want Articat to hit you? Duke 650, catch a pit bull, and he tore it up like a lion. I have a dozen 650s, and I've caught lots of stuff in them. Coyotes, bobcats, fox, dogs, and I don't have any tore up yet. Huh? Yeah. And Sky only knows that because she can pull up her Google and look at it. If I try to do that, it will end the live. So, and then everybody will be bye bye.
Looks like they're by, it's like a popular block.
Sorry guys, don't get into it. Oh, we're not gonna get into it. I don't care enough to get into it.
That's why
He
they're
literally tore the pan off of it. I don't even see how that would be possible. Honestly. If he's trapped in it, I don't see how he could even get the pan off of it.
it's like in the middle of the scene.
Had a beaver bend the pan of a 550, that's about it. Oh, 7 sign, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be people. Trust me. I've done lots and lots. I've probably done 100 giveaways at least, and every time there's people that message saying that it was cheated, or I could see the name list and my name wasn't on there, or just there's always something. It was a toe catch. We'll do this weekend. She works nights. That works. Got 7 the same 550 and 5 and some 6. That's awesome, Mark. Say that alpha. I caught at least a handful of possums in the alpha. I caught a house cat in it, and then I caught 4 coyotes in 5 days. And that thing is still just like I took it out of the box. The pan still sets flat. The pan tension isn't different. Nothing's bent. The pins aren't bent. Levers ain't bent. Nothing's bent. That trap is awesome, but $280 for a dozen is too much for me. When there's a lot of traps to choose from that are just as good and do the same thing for a lot less money. Just toss it. Alright, Arkansas Trapper, I appreciate you hopping on and chatting with us tonight.
Night.
You have a good night, man. Yeah, it's too much money. As I said, if they were a little cheaper, that's all I would run. But $280 a dozen is crazy. I mean, if you're gonna go with like the Duke 550, if you're buying 2 dozen, the difference in the Alpha and the Duke 550, you could get 3 dozen Duke 550s for the price of 2 dozen uh, Alphas. You probably get more than 3 dozen, honestly.
I did.
The 650 is super easy to bed. It's probably the easiest bedding trap I've ever used. I mean, I about every time I'll take my hammer, I'll beat in my hole, and the trap goes right in every time. No wiggle, no nothing. It's just so easy. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get some of the No BS this year and definitely give them a try out. It's like I said, I've said to people a couple times. One of the big things about Duke, it's not so much that it is that the traps are so much more reasonably priced, and the way they're the Dukes, the way they're made now, they hold up better than they did back in like the '90s or whatever. But the things that I see Bill Duke do that a lot of other companies don't do, the the small channels and stuff that he sponsors, all the kids channels that he sponsors, the fact that he goes to people's houses and just hangs out with them on lives like Trapper Jay, Coon Creek, Alan Pope, stuff like that. I mean, that's just awesome. He goes to these conventions and talks to customers, even the smaller conventions. You don't see any of the other companies doing that. He's definitely there for the trapper. He's not just there for the money like a lot of other companies. Well, for a dogless trap, yeah.
Popped up saying server unavailable.
I don't know. Hey Monica, how you doing? You're good. Yeah, Derek, I love the dogless traps, and that's why the Alpha, to me, I was so attracted to it, so I got one to try, and I love it, but I can't get myself to spend that much money for traps. I just get I think like the 550 better because it takes less to watch it to bed. Mark J, I understand that. There's a lot of people that like the smaller traps because of that, but I use peat moss. Of course, we don't get the super cold weather like a lot of other states do. So for the dogless trap, yeah, I used to love the Bridger dogless traps, but the last ones I got, I'm not a fan of them at all. I'm not impressed by them at all. They don't set very smoothly or nothing, so I'm gonna be trading them off or selling them. I don't like them.
So good to walk today.
Bill had Dan Davis come to their distribution to pick up meat. That's awesome, Scab. Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people that's done different like TikTok videos, YouTube videos, stuff like that at the Duke's headquarters, whatever you want to call it, the warehouse. And he's actually there talking with people, like spending time talking to people, getting to know them, helping them out. I mean, you don't see other people doing that at all. These other big name people, you don't see them doing that or putting the effort in like he does. I'll be bed for too long, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, obviously.
Shouldn't be asleep before you get to the bed. I don't really need to worry about wax dirt. Yeah. Scab, yeah, me neither. I say we might get down close to zero a couple times. -5 at the most. That's about it. And that might be for like a day or two. It's definitely not like some of these other states that are, -15 for 2 weeks. Yeah, we don't get that here. I think the coldest streak we've had this year, the coldest one we've had in a while, was like it was like 8 to 12 degrees for about a week. That's the coldest snap we've had in a while for doggone traps after having dogless stick on me in the water. Yeah, I love dogless traps, um, but the Duke 650s, I mean, they're just awesome. What time is there? It is exactly 11:01. If I get near zero, they would call a state of emergency for us. Stuff like that. Yeah, so we don't get that cold too often. Not even every year. Uh, the average cold for us is about the mid 20s, and that's usually like end of December, beginning of January, something like that. But mid 20s is about winter temperature for us. If it gets into the teens, it's super cold here. We're on Duke 550 for Yotes and 650 for Beaverwood. That's awesome, Ryan. Yeah, I got a couple of the Duke number 2 dogless. They're awesome traps, but I definitely want to laminate mine. I want to buy some lamination kits and weld them onto mine. But they're awesome traps, and I mean they're cheap. 128 bucks a dozen. That's about as cheap as you're gonna get a dozen traps. A dozen coyote traps. Yeah, Mark J, we've had some of that. But yeah, for the temps we have, Pete Moss gets me through. It's yet to let me down, so yeah, laminate them. Yeah, see, I definitely want to laminate them. I'd like to get a, a few more at least and get them all laminated. What are the dog on number 2 shift? What are you talking about? Like the Dukes? Round number 3, Bridger dog on for coyotes and beaver. Wax dirt for you. Yeah. Bridger. I'd have to check to be 100%, but they're not. It's not too much. I mean, I'd have to check. I don't want to say and then be way off. I know if I said something, it would probably end up being 15, 20 bucks off. So, hey Seymour, how you doing tonight? You what? Probably at herself. She's stupid. Use wax sand this year. You love it. That's awesome. So I use peat moss and it works fine for me. I'm sure if I went somewhere, if I went farther up north where it's a lot colder, I would probably use some wax dirt or sand. But here, peat moss gets me through. Our decoy or trotline weights, in my opinion. I appreciate that, guys. I'd say it's definitely beyond, way beyond my personal best. I think my personal best for likes on a live is like 26. I appreciate it. Yeah, PA, they sell them. 48. Yeah, PA, the number 2 dogless is actually a newer trap. I think it's 2 years. It's right around maybe 2 years, possibly 3, but I think it's been around 2 years. or the kit to eliminate the bridges work on the Dukes. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that they will, because they're. I mean, yeah, they should. Uh, I know Mark J's done it. Trapper J's done it. 550 and 650 dollars. It'd be awesome if they did, honestly. That's why I tell everybody. Everybody's like, the reason why Duke can offer traps so cheap is because they're from China or overseas. And it's like, yeah, but the thing about it is, most of the people that make traps overseas, they don't do the cheaper price. They still charge, the crap ton price. Like, there's a lot of traps that are made overseas that are still the same price as all the other ones. They don't make a huge discount. And I mean, that's why I tell people, like I'm not trying to bash anything, but like if you get the MB 650 cast jaw, it's like I think $280. For the Duke 650 cast draw 4 coil is $200 or $199. That's $80 difference for a dozen traps for basically the same thing. Like that's crazy to me. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with MB. There's nothing wrong with Duke. There's nothing wrong with Bridger. I mean, they're all traps and they all catch stuff. But if you're like me or like a lot of other people, you don't have a whole ton of money to go spend $300 for a dozen traps. Now, if you're talking beaver traps, that's a whole nother story. But $300 for a coyote trap, I mean that's a lot of money. When there's plenty of coyote traps around 150 bucks, like so I don't be afraid to tell it. I'm not afraid to tell it the way it is, and that's a lot of people they like to pull that made in America stuff, and honestly, a lot of the stuff that's made in America anymore, it's just assembled in America. It's still made with foreign parts or foreign metal. It's just assembled in America. Still up in the air and getting number two Bridgers, number two Dukes, but I really like the number two Bridger dog. Yeah. And the thing about it is, like the Duke dogless number twos, they're also 4 coil traps. For again, $128 a dozen. And if you guys message me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, I can get you better prices on Dukes. Uh, I can do better on Dukes than I can any other brand. Honestly, if it was up to me, Duke would probably be the only brand of trap I sold. Just because I like the I like the company itself way more. Uh, they treat better. It's not the same thing though, like because the MB6. Yeah, I've heard that many times, Billingsley, and I've heard the 750 is the same way. Derek, the 850 is hard to set. I've heard from a lot of people. Duke number two at Rural King was strong. Yeah, they're strong. They're 4 coil. They're definitely strong. Duke 750 for Beaver with Sun on Sign. I won't say. I've heard from quite a few people that the Duke 750 and the 650, the way they're designed, I've never used them personally, so I'm not 100% sure. But I've heard, like Billingsley said down below, that the back half of the pan is all dead. Like you can put as much pressure on it as you want, and you're not going to set that trap off. Let's see here. Bolt holes, just put it this way. Good luck. I got on the trapper's gold lure. That's awesome. I hope you like them. Let me know if you have any success with them this next season. You have the Duke dog on, no offset. I can get pretty much any Duke. 7.5 inch side is our limit. Can't run Duke 850s or TS85s. That sucks. See, I think the TS85s I've always been drawn to them. I've heard lots of good things about them. That's what I like about TS85. They're easy to set. Yeah. I would try to tell Captain how to fix the dead pan. Just go test everything. And here's another thing that I learned roughly. Will say I learned roughly because somebody corrected me in a very angrily way. I did not know, but there was a trap somebody posted a picture of. I might get the name wrong, but I believe it's an MJ600 made by Sterling. And somebody's holding a picture of it, or hold it. I had to take a picture of it. I said, that's a nice trap. I said it looks a lot like the MB650. That's all I said. Well, this guy just starts pounding me and just being an a-hole, telling me, no, the MB650 looks a lot like the MJ600. He's like, get it right. He's like, don't you come around here saying stuff like that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, he's like, the MB650 was a copy of this. He said, so for you to imply that the MJ600 was a copy of the MB650, I said, I didn't do anything. I just said that's what it looked like to me. It's like I didn't imply anything. And I mean, this went on for like 20 minutes, and all I was saying is, I'm sorry that you felt that way. I didn't mean anything by it. And he just kept going on and on and on and on about it. And it's like, dude, I said every trap is a remake of another trap. Doesn't matter how you look at it. Every trap is a remake of another trap. If you go all the way back to the 1800s, every trap is a remake of those traps. No matter how you look at it, they just are. He just got pissed at us. Yeah, I remember you saying that at the convention. You were talking about that. 850 inside spread is 1/8 of an inch bigger than the center. You can braise, you can laminate them. Yeah, I don't know. So here in Missouri, we don't have a foothold size limit. Like, I could use whatever I wanted. So I told people I could use a TS85 to coyote trap if I wanted. I'm not saying I'm going to, because I don't want to be out there digging, holes in the ground this big to put my trap. And then be catching them up here by their elbow. I don't want to do all that. But, yeah. So I learned in a very, very angrily way, I guess is just how I'll say it, that the MB traps are remakes of the Sterling traps. So, something I didn't know that I learned. So you would catch him by the shoulder and an 85. Yeah. So it'd definitely probably be close to his elbow. Not again. I don't want to pay $340 for coyote traps. Like, I would possibly do it once just to see it, but that's about it. I mean, to me, it's kind of just dumb, to be honest with you. If anything, I'll try to get Trapper J to do it. I'm like, here's your challenge for next season: catch a coyote in a TS85. No, I mean, we don't really have any restrictions on our traps. The only thing it says is they must have smooth jaws. And that's pretty much saying, like, no ridges, no teeth, no nothing like that. They just have to be flat metal, smooth. They don't have to be laminated, offset, anything like that. There's no restriction. The only thing we really have restrictions on are body grips and snares. We can't use snares, and the biggest body grip we can use on land is a 155. On the few traps, I'll do number 2. What do you suggest upgrade to? Honestly, the Duke number 2 dogless trap is an awesome trap. It's a 4-coil trap that's built very well. It's gonna last you, and it's $128 a dozen. I mean, it's really gonna be hard to find a trap of the same caliber for that price. If price isn't a problem, I would say like the Duke 550 or 650 would be great. Again, the No BS is a great trap, but again, you're talking quite a bit more money compared to uh, these other traps. The 650 is yes, with the pan post causing a dead spot because the fork opens at 90 degrees instead of 45. I think just yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. It's like everybody says, I don't get how people get so mad. Like, Duke gets a hard rap by a lot of people because they say Duke remade this, Duke remade that, Duke remade this, and it's like, okay, they took the same idea and redid it. Okay, on their benefit, they did make it a lot cheaper. It's still very decent quality, and uh, I don't know. It's hard. I mean, most of your trapping companies now, whether they make tools or anchors or traps or whatever you want to say, they make the same version of this other one that was made 20, 30 years ago. I mean, that's just the way it is. Like, I mean, the Wolfang anchor, it came out. Look at how many people make a Wolfang type anchor now. Does that mean that they all should be shunned because they weren't the original person? I mean, come on. I mean, does that mean like Chevy and Dodge should be shunned because Ford was first? I mean, it's just I don't get it. Hey Jamie, how you doing tonight? Even the Duke number 2 with the dog is 4-coil that I catch most of my coyotes in. Yeah. See, the Duke number 2, I have a couple of them. I hate them. To me, they're just hard to set. I feel like I have to put too much effort into set them. I feel like I have to push the levers past the trap to get the trap to set. Jamie, yeah. What do you like to use for pan covers, plugs? I use wax paper. Works good for me. And then again, a lot of times I don't use anything. The way I do it, I mean, some people call it lazy, but it is what it is. I mean, I've found ways that I do it. Most of the time, I don't wear gloves. A lot of the times, I don't use a pan cover. Um, I don't wax and dye my traps all the time. I still catch fairly. I mean, I caught 17 coyotes. If you caught my nuisance count, I caught 18 coyotes this season. I caught 32 raccoon. I caught 2 gray fox. Like, I caught a bobcat. I think I did fairly good for somebody that is considered a lazy trapper to many people because I don't do all these extra steps that they do. So, I don't know. It is what it is. Do what you like to do. And if it works for you, don't change it. The Wolfang was stolen from O'Gorman. My It was the High Desert Spear original. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, everything is redone from somebody else. Like Full Metal Jacket. Take that for example. There's like 3 versions of it now. There's Full Metal Jacket. There's Bulletproof. Like, I don't even know. When something comes out that does good, it's gonna get remade over and over and over and over. It's just the way it is. found on road dead. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm just saying. The Chevy Dodge Ford is always the argument that I like to use because that's something that people argue about all the time. I mean, it's like arguing what sport is better. It doesn't matter what sport is better. Whichever one you prefer to play or watch, play or watch that one. It doesn't matter. It's your opinion. Don't judge somebody else because their opinion's different. I like the wolf thing, but when I pull them, they bend and it does work around. Yeah, see, I can't even pull a lot of my anchors out here. I snap the cables in half. There's too much clay and rock and stuff here. Oh, I got 50 likes now, guys. I appreciate it. That's awesome. Have to use Super Stakes. Yeah, I used the Finn Super Stakes this year thinking it would help me because they're designed. So they got the two cables. They got the anchor cable for your trap, and then they got a pull cable that's on the bottom. So basically, you can hammer the anchor down, and then when you pull up on the trap, it goes like this, and that's what holds it. Well, then it's got another cable here that holds your. It's considered a pull cable. So when you pull on it, it stands your stake back up and pulls it up by the ground. But even with those, I was snapping a lot of my cables trying to pull them out. So I believe next year I'm going to try to go to mostly drags, or I'm just going to use chain and I'm going to wrap a chain around a tree and use a split ring to connect the chain together and go that way because uh, it's just too hard to use anchors around here. And a lot of the properties that I trap on are not my properties. They're private properties, but they're other people's properties, and I don't want to leave anchors in the ground. Whether they're going to till up or maybe they don't want me to come back out or something. I don't want to leave virtually trash there. I mean, it's something I brought in and didn't take out. I don't want to do that, if that makes sense. All I did last year was boil my traps in water. This year I boiled them in water and see the difference. Yeah. See more. I like to boil my traps in vinegar because it will eat the excess rust off of them. And this year I am going to dye all my traps in logwood dye because I think it's the simplest way. And I do like to cover the traps with something because it keeps them from getting heavily rusted. It helps prolong the life of the trap. So I do want to do that, but I'm not going to wax or do anything to them. So I'm basically just going to boil in vinegar to clean them, and then boil them in logwood to dye them, and then they'll be ready to go for me. Use the winch on the Ranger. Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that too, but say I pulling my anchors. I mean, I snap 90% of them. I snap the cables off trying to get them on the ground. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna use peroxide and salt to fast rust my traps. That works, Jamie. But I'm probably gonna get a couple hundred feet of chain, number 2 chain, and use that for my traps. That way I don't have to worry about anchoring stakes or pulling them. Because I also move properties a lot, so it'll make it a lot easier when it comes to moving them. And I'll basically just probably cut like, I don't know, 5 to 10 foot lengths of chain because I can always put more links together to go around a tree if I need be. So, all right, Billsy, I appreciate you coming in and chatting with us tonight, teaching us all something. You have a good night and hope you have a great weekend. Rich people here pick up all the wallnuts and pile them on the curb for trash pickup. That's awesome, son and son. Catch cup coyotes, they will rust up good. Yep. I say a lot of. I got a dozen Duke 650s this year, and I set them straight out of the box. I literally Put the box in the back of my truck, went trapping, took them out of the truck, got them all ready with my anchor, my tag, and all that, and put them straight in the ground. Oil and all straight in the ground. And I had a first night coyote, the first night bobcat with them. Uh, and I also caught possums, raccoon, lots of coyotes, a bobcat, fox. So, I mean, it worked for me. I like drags, but deer running off with will scare me. Use drags on your cat sets, yeah. Yeah, I don't use drags because I want the animal to get away from where my circle is. I really just do it because anchors are so hard to deal with here. And the way I do most of them is I just attach them to a tree, so I don't really need the drag. I kind of like it, so if somehow the chain does get unhooked from the tree, there's a drag there as backup. But then again, the drag is also extra money, you know. So um, I have like 8 drags now, but I'll probably go to a lot of just chain and using the quick link to connect the chain together and run trees or something. No drags and no long chains in North Carolina. Yeah, I've seen that. Don't you have to have a shock spring in North Carolina to have like an 8-inch chain or something? Which to me is stupid. To me, a short chain would cause more damage. Like, you don't want a super long chain, but you don't want a short chain either. I uploaded a video to my shorts of that red fox catch. Someone had to comment after it wasn't. Yeah, there's always going to be people that say it's cool. Yeah, I've seen a lot of coyotes do a lot of crazy things. The nuisance coyote that I caught was there was a tree that forked like this. It went up about 4 to 4.5 foot, and it forked, and it was never no more than maybe 4 to 5 inches apart. And I had my 10-foot drag attached to that tree. Well, he went around the tree twice, and then jumped through the fork, and then went around the tree next to it, and he ended up getting all caught up in it. And it's like, oh my. It's like, why did you jump in between the fork? Off to bed, catch you later. Alright, I appreciate that. I guess I should call you Ass Man like Dunlap does. What does he call you now? Lieutenant Ass Man? Is that what he started calling you? Inline weight rated spring for anything over 8 inch from trap to ground so. So that's crazy. Some of the states and their laws are just crazy. I think, is it Arizona, I think, that you have to have a inline spring. So it's just crazy. Alright, set on sign, you heading out? You have a good night, man. I appreciate you hopping on and chatting with us tonight. Alright. I appreciate it. And so you should have your traps, I would say tomorrow or Saturday. I appreciate it. I'll definitely be working with you later on, hooking you up with some stuff. You're still working. You wish I was off to bed. Yeah, I probably will before too much longer. Ask man out. I appreciate it, man. You have a good night, man. Hope you have a great weekend. And hope you have a great spring. Hopefully the weather starts getting better around here. It's that time of year where it's just rain, 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 rain. Somewhat okay weather, and then some rain, rain, rain. But the wind that we've been getting lately is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, in the last week, I bet we've had 2 days where we've had 80-mile-an-hour winds. I mean, it's crazy. I was talking about in Scabs Live earlier. We went to our town had a egg hunt for kids, and they made like an egg dyeing station where they have like 12 mason jars with different colors of egg dyeing liquid in it, to where kids can come and dye their eggs. They had them all in a case and set the case on the table, and the wind blew the case off the table and shattered all the jars. So they didn't get to do that. And then there's like a concrete pad that they had about 40 metal chairs, folding chairs on, and the wind kept blowing the chairs across the pads. It was ridiculous. They had a cat or a kite flying contest, and the kids were having a hard time getting the kites to fly because the wind was so strong. It would just blow them straight into the ground, and it was crazy. Had a tornado come through last week. That's crazy. Hope everybody's all right there, Derek. Gotta get off to bed. Hope to see you all. Take care. All right, Mark J. Appreciate you coming in and chatting with us tonight. You have a good night and have a good weekend. And I should be able to do live Saturday night, so we'll see you there. All right, Monica. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in tonight and dealing with all of us. Hope you guys have a great night and a great weekend. Have a good Friday tomorrow. Actually, is tomorrow Good Friday? Isn't the Friday before Easter Good Friday? Maybe I got that wrong. I don't know. I think it's the Friday before Easter is Good Friday. I don't know. I don't have a calendar. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. Yes, tomorrow's Good Friday. Awesome. You know you're supposed to have fish, fried fish on Good Friday. I was a chef. That's every Good Friday we had fish and chips. I was at Good Friday. You're supposed to have fried fish. So is anybody doing anything special for Good Friday? Didn't know that about the fish, yeah. Just had that a few days ago. You're supposed to go fishing and then fry your own fish. Now, when I was a chef, every uh, Good Friday, we'd order in a couple 100 pounds of fish and we'd have fish and chips, and people loved it. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm working again. Working. I'm working too, but it's different because I have the trap and supply company, and I get to do what I love, so it's not always really work. Sometimes it gets to be a little much on some days. Mondays are a little hectic, but for the most part, I love what I do. Love to catch a massive bluegill. Had fish today. I'd like to just go fishing. I don't even care what I catch. I mean, I don't care if it's perch, bass, whatever. I don't really care. You still alive? I'm still alive. Eric, I appreciate it. I'm still alive for now. I don't know how long I'll go. Starting to go downhill, I think. Taking my twin boys fishing tomorrow. They love it. That's awesome, Derek. Yeah, I want to go fishing soon, but it's hard to have time. Practicing for Vegas. Almost where you need to be. Do you know where the other people are? If you're competing against, you know what their times are? And when you get there, are they going to pull some kind of crazy stuff, or they're going to be like, now that you're here, we're gonna have to do it like this? No, no. Jamie. Still here passing out though, but alright, PA, I appreciate it. You have a good night, man, and have a good weekend. The fish thing is for Lent, the Thursday before Good Friday. Today is the last day of Lent. I don't know, Scab. I don't know. I don't even know who came up with Good Friday. Like, in the mid 40-second range. From India? Are you gonna have a guy from India in Vegas with you? I don't know. Easter is the celebration of the day of resurrection. So 3 days before that would be the day of uh, Jesus dying on the cross. So I don't know. I would say I don't know exactly know where Good Friday came from. I think that India, China, Japan, UK, and Australia. Goodness gracious, Jamie. What do you get if you win? Derek, there's two options. You can order it monthly from the website store or on the main page of the website. As soon as you get there, if you scroll down about halfway or so, there's an option to where you can sign up for the subscription, and it's a 12-month subscription plan. You can cancel it at any time, and it's also the shipping's cheaper. If you sign up for the subscription, the shipping is $9.99, so it's $69.99 for every month, as well as USA competitors. Maybe be in a few talk shows, left alone, and some money. That's awesome, Jamie. If if you win, are you gonna get a commercial like that guy that did those boxes did? He got the world record with boxes, and he had a very popular national commercial of him building boxes. I appreciate that, Seymour. You can set a new record. Do you know what the current record is? It's a good thing they don't make you, or it's a good thing they don't have you making a Hawaiian pizza. Yeah, Derek, I'll get on there and see. When I get off here, I'll get on there. And I'll send you an email. 44 seconds. Oh boy. If it's 44 seconds, you got some work to do there, buddy. So, what would you say is your uh, toughest part? Like, what part of it would you say takes you a little longer than it should? Is it the shaping of the crust? The pepperoni? Maybe what you need to do is dry it out. Wipe all the grease off of it. Or is that considered cheating? Spreading it out neatly and fast. So is the pizza, is it done by weight spec, or like on the pepperoni? Do you have to have a certain amount of pepperonis on it? Or is it just strictly done by weight? They don't let you touch anything until you start making it? I see. What you need to do is just go to the store and buy you about 1,000 pounds of pepperoni and just practice spreading it out. 38, 45 slices. That's awesome. competitions are just something different. I remember when I was doing construction classes in college. I went to I did like high school classes at the college, whatever you would call that. In high school, I took classes at the college for construction, but they wanted me to compete in Skills USA. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do that there. Dennis Tran. That sounds like something. That sounds like a name from China. A pencil. Oh, a pencil. He won it 3 years in a row. Does he have a? Is it a video on YouTube? Not ready yet. I'm still live. It ain't been that long. It's only been 2 hours and 37 minutes. I ain't nowhere near my longest one yet. My longest one was like 4 hours and 10 minutes. A video from the rally you're going to. It's awesome. So what do you think your chances of winning it are? Yeah, I'm still live, but we're going downhill fast. That's awesome, Jamie. So what do they do with all the pizzas that are made? Do they just cook them and then everybody gets free pizza? Or about 1 out of 10, maybe? Jamie, are you going to tell me there's 10 people that are in the competition now? Coffee break for me. Awesome. Toss them in the trash. That's horrible. Scab, on the main page, when you first get to the website, scroll down and there'll be a spot where it shows like a PayPal link, a debit credit card link, and stuff like that. That's the subscription thing. Don't go to the store or anything. It's on the main page. When you first get to the website, just scroll down. 20 in the beginning, then top 10. Move on, and then the top 4 in the finals. That's awesome, Jamie. Hey, Tommy T, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in and chatting with us tonight. So I don't know how much longer we'll be. Starting to get kind of late, so I'm not going to pull one of those 6 a.m. lives like Trapper J did. Jamie, he's a store manager of a Domino's, and he's worked there, I think he said, like 20-something years. But he's going to a competition in Vegas on making pizza, speed making pizza. Jamie, is this competition for everybody in the pizza industry, or is it just people that work for Domino's? To have just Domino's. Awesome. I kind of figured they would have like the winner of it would get a franchise. To me, that would be pretty cool. Instead of just winning 10 grand or something, win a franchise where you're like the owner operator of the franchise. I think that'd be pretty cool. They don't do competitions like this, yeah. Was it Domino's that did the box competition where that guy set the record or whatever, or was it another company? I think it was Domino's that did that one, or a Domino car. Yeah. Can you imagine that? Winning the competition, they give you like a smart car with the Domino's emblem all over it. Franchise classes in about 6 months. That's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, there was a guy here locally that was in a competition. There's something to do with cheese. I can't remember, but it was a competition with cheese, and the winner won a PT Cruiser. Well, he ended up winning, and it was a purple PT Cruiser with this huge, like, 18-inch tall slice of cheese on top of the car, and it said cheesy on both sides of the car. He drove that car for a long time. Little Chevy Spark at my store with the Domino's wrap. Oh, that's fun. That's hilarious. I love it. I love it. Let me go into Tesla soon. Win a Tesla. 12 months free charge. Ain't that what Mary Kay does with the pink car? Oh, goodness. I don't know. I know some of those competitions can get pretty eccentric. Your driver made 50,000 off Tesla sticks or stocks. I was about to say, what is a Tesla stick? Yeah, did you hear that he bought shares for uh, Twitter, and now he's talking about buying all the shares for Twitter, to where he would be the sole owner of Twitter? I think it'd be pretty funny. People are saying that, yeah, he should reinstate Donald Trump's uh, account. Offered $54 per share. Yeah, because your doggy coins made a lot that day. Yeah, that'd be funny if he bought it. Like, I mean, just, I don't know. So he's a little out there. He's a little out there, but he's definitely not like the normal people that have social media platforms, I guess. Every time he does something. Yeah, and he's always doing something. I mean, always doing something. He's just crazy. He's a very smart guy. Yeah, my phone just went off a bunch. Somebody messaged me and all kinds of stuff. I don't know. Yeah, he's very crazy, but what was it? I seen a interview where he was talking about CEOs and CFOs and stuff like that. He's like, those titles don't mean anything. He said they're useless. And the lady's like, so you wouldn't want to be CEO of Tesla? He's like, I got rid of those job titles. He's like, my job title officially now is Techno King. And she started laughing. He's like, it's not funny. He's like, I'm being serious. He's like, my job title now is Techno King. He's like, I did this to prove a point that job titles don't mean nothing. I was like, That's the greatest thing I've ever heard. Like, I love it. When was it last year? He was the richest man in the world, like 4 different times last year, because it kept switching. It's like he'd be the richest man for a week, and then he would drop. Then he would come back, and then he would drop. And it's like, yeah, that's awesome. Mhm. I don't know. He's crazy. But I mean, he's crazy, but he's awesome. He's definitely not like all the other people that are out there. And if you watch a lot of his interviews, like he'll definitely make you scratch your head. Like he had a podcast with Joe Rogan. I've watched a lot of clips of it, and it's just like a definitely head scratcher. Like Joe Rogan just looks at him, he's like, "Dude, you're stupid. Like you're completely retarded." Like Joe Rogan's like, "Do you think you're an alien sometimes?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, I could be. Yeah, I probably am." Joe Rogan just looking at him like, "You're stupid." It's like he's stupid and weird and creepy, but he's awesome. All right, Derek, I appreciate you coming in and chatting with us tonight. You have a good night, man. Hope you have a great weekend. Yeah, Joe Rogan probably was. Uh, I've never watched one of his podcasts, but I love watching the clips. I watch the clips of his podcast all the time on YouTube and stuff. Of course, I like Joe Rogan. I think Joe Rogan's awesome. I've liked him since he was just the Fear Factor guy. Everybody knew him as the Fear Factor guy. What is Joe not high as a guy? Pretty much. There was I watched another clip of an interview. It was the Ellen DeGeneres show, but it was Snoop Dogg, and there was like two other people with him that I have no idea who they were. But they were playing Never Have I Ever. They had a sign that says I have, and the other side says I have never. And when the question's asked, you had to flip it to which side. And one of them was I've never done a talk show stoned out of my mind. And he picked up the sign where it says I have, and he held it over his face. And then he held it up higher, and he started laughing. He looked at the other people, and they had their signs turned to Never Have I Ever. And he just starts laughing. It's like, oh Lord. Hangs with Joey Diaz and Tom Segura. Yeah. Now there's another guy. I can't remember his name, but he used to play in a lot of movies like back in the late '90s, early 2000s. He's an Italian guy, kind of heavy set, but he does a lot of edibles. And I watched a clip of one of those, and he's talking about this edible. It's like 20 milligrams or something like that. And he said most people just eat 5 milligrams, and they're so high they can't like operate. And he's like, how many milligrams is that bear? He's like 20. He just throws it in his mouth and starts eating it. Joey Diaz, yeah. I was like, oh Lord. Yeah, there was one where he was doing his podcast, but he had Pauly Shore on there. He gave one of those gummy bears to Pauly Shore, and he ate it, and Pauly couldn't even do the interview. He kept asking him questions. He's like, dude, I can't talk right now. He's like, I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow and do this interview when I can talk. It's like that's horrible. I don't know why you'd want to be that bad, but uh, I, I don't do any of that stuff. But I sometimes it's funny watching the people. He had stars of death, 500 milligrams. Yeah, he's crazy. So he said most people eat half of one of those bears and they can't hardly walk. He said I'll eat two or three of them and then drive home. It's like what the world? I don't do any of it. I don't even. I don't. I don't do any drugs. I don't smoke pot. I don't drink. I don't chew. I don't smoke. I don't do nothing. Very, very often will I have a drink of something, like a mixed drink or a beer, like here and there, and that's about it. But I mean, not really. Like once a month, maybe. That's about it. Yeah, I when I was a teenager, I smoked. I chewed. I used to smoke cigarettes all the time. I chewed. I drank a lot, stuff like that. But anymore, I don't. I mean, I don't. Anymore, I don't have the want to. I don't want to spend the money on it. Nothing like that. So I say I drink now. I drink mostly sweet tea, Kool Aid, water, and diet soda. That's pretty much all I drink anymore. Alright, Scab, I appreciate you coming on and chatting with us tonight. You have a good weekend. Hope those hides turn out pretty good. Hey, Scab, are you going to be going live tomorrow? If so, I'll try to get on and catch it. You dink some beer. Dink. It's okay. That's what my daughter calls it. Dink, dink. She used to say dink all the time. Dink. Now she's just juice, juice, juice. What was the Trapper J live earlier? I don't know. He was on here. He went live just to raid me. Like he went live to tell people to raid me, which I really appreciated. There was a lot of there's a lot of people that came over here. That's for sure. Because the last few lives I've done, I've had about 8 or 9 people, 11 tops the whole time, and I usually get about 15 likes, 16 likes. So usually by now I'd have like 5 people on here watching, and right now I have 11 and I have 52 likes. So I mean, I really appreciate that. Yeah, he went live just to tell people to raid me, and then ended it and came back over. Yeah, that's awesome. That's what I said. Trapper J's done a ton for me. I know in his mind he doesn't think he does. Like little things like that he does, it means a lot to a lot of people. And to him, he's like, I didn't do nothing. It's like, no, you did. It's like you have the following on YouTube that just mentioning people's names helps him. And he doesn't quite understand that, you know. It's like I try to do that the best I can, but I don't have nowhere near the following he does. Like I don't even have 5% of the followers that he does. So I mean, you know, I can't do things like that. Like he can say somebody's name, and within a day, 4 or 5 thousand people hear it. I do it, and 20 people might hear it. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't understand a lot of times how much little things like that can mean to a lot of people. So I'm probably gonna run this one over 3 hours and then hop off. So we got about 5 6 minutes. Again, I appreciate everybody coming on here and chatting with me tonight. It's been awesome live. So just wait till I get a commercial where my Blakely's Trapper shouldn't. Yeah. What are you talking about? Your pizza commercial? Uh, my commercial has aired twice now, possibly more depending on reruns. But the show has aired 2 episodes now. I don't have TV, so I don't get to watch it, but I watch his when he posts it on YouTube, I'll watch it, but it doesn't show the commercial on there because the commercial is for, you know, the TV. But I still, you know, my name's still on the YouTube video, so it's pretty cool. There's a part where it says, this portion of Trapping Across America is brought to you by Blakely's Trapping Supplies. And then at the end, it has my logo, so That's pretty cool, even on the YouTube. Yeah, I'd be like, nothing makes me want pizza like buying Trappers Flesh from Blakely's. Yeah, it'd be you taking a slice of Hawaiian pizza, dipping it in Trapper's Gold, saying nothing makes it taste better than skunk. Nothing makes Hawaiian pizza taste better than Trapper's Gold. See, I'm just as, like I told you, I'm just a small guy in a big world. I tell you, I'm just a small fry in a big world. Looks like garlic butter might work. Taste it. So I feel very fortunate to have been able to do the things I have. Uh, even when I went to the NTA before I really knew anybody, uh, I told my wife, we was there, and I said, a lot of these people that have booths know who I am. And she's like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, no, they do. I'm like, these people know me. And she's like, yeah, whatever. Well, we started going up to booths, and as soon as I'd walk up, they're like, Blakely? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, hey, how you doing? And she's like, these people are just know who you are. And I was like, yeah. She's like, you go up there, they just know your name. I said, yeah. I said, I said, you're in my world. I said, people, I said, I know people. I've gotten to know people. And this is before I really, really knew a lot of people. All right, Internet Vet, I appreciate it. You have a good night, man. Have a good weekend. Yeah, when I went up to Jeff Dunlap's table, he's like, hey, Blakely, how you doing? I was like, I'm doing good. Then went up to Jeff Haggerty's table. Same thing. Went up to Alan Probst's table. Same thing. Went up to Wolfen's table with Jim Tate. And I talked with Jim Tate for like 2 hours or better. Him and Charles Dixon. I talked to them for 2 or 3 hours. So it was pretty cool. Seymour, all I use for any video is my phone. That's all I use for anything. For Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all I use for pictures and videos is my phone. And I don't use my computer to upload or edit. I don't do nothing. I have a free video editor on my phone called UCut. And I can part together videos. I can edit the length of videos and stuff like that. I mean, I don't do anything extravagant at all. I'll video most of everything. Like when I'm on my trap line, I'll video most everything, and then I'll put all the clips that I wanted there in there, and post it. That's about it. If I have to crop something out of a video or uh, cut, 10 seconds out of a video because, it showed a bloody coyote or something like that, then I'll do it. But other than that, I just put all the videos together and post it. Yeah, all I use is my phone to video. I don't even have a GoPro or a camera recorder or any of that stuff. You don't need any of that stuff. It might make some things easier, but you don't need it. I mean, I know a GoPro would be easier a lot of times rather than having my phone on a tripod all the time, but it works, so it is what it is. Yeah, it was the Bigs on the Sportsman Connection from Big Time Trapping. I don't know. Big Time Trapping is Nick Biggs. Uh, I'm trying to think. I want to say there was a Raymond Biggs on there. That's not the same. But Big Time Trapping is Nick Biggs. So yeah, I mean, I hope you guys follow each other and support each other and everything, because I mean that's about the only way that any of us are gonna have success. I mean, we got to support each other. I mean, because if you can't support somebody else, I mean, how can you expect them to support you? You know what I mean? So that's what I tell people. You know, I try my best to watch everybody's videos to keep up with all their stuff, but sometimes it's hard. You know, when there's 40 or 50 people that I'm trying to keep up with that are all posting videos 2 or 3 times a week, sometimes it gets hard to watch. You know, 100 or 200 videos a week. Like it's almost impossible, especially when you add in all the live videos that people do. And I'm also trying to do my own stuff, so sometimes it gets hard trying to catch everybody's stuff. So sometimes it might be 2 or 3 weeks after somebody posts a video before I get to watch it. But I try to get to everything. I have RC stuff, Wi-Fi, I love camping. It's awesome seeing more. I do that in a day. Left from home, yeah. It's easy when it's like a TikTok video because you know they're like 2 minutes tops. You can just scroll through. But when there's 15, 30 minute videos posted in one day, it's like how am I? There's no way to get on here and watch all these. So I try to get to them all eventually, but sometimes it just don't happen. And I appreciate everybody that takes time out of their day to watch my videos or come on my lives and chat with us. I mean, it means the world to me. Put an earpiece in one ear and listen. I appreciate it, Jamie. Yeah, there's a lot of times when I'm making lures or working on the computer or whatever. I'll just have my phone sitting with somebody's video playing and I'll listen to it. You know, so it's harder to do sometimes when I'm making my lures because I don't have like hardly any service out in the shop. So it's crazy sometimes. I got about 412 notifications on my phone. Like I said, I appreciate you. I appreciate every one of you guys. I mean, it means the world to me. I'm just say I'm a small fry in a big world. So I mean, when people come watch my videos, support me, whatever, order from me, it means the world to me. It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter if people are getting on there and just ordering a sticker off my website. I mean, it means the world to me. Everything means the world to me. If you like my Facebook post or my Instagram picture, I mean, everything is means the world to me. It's awesome. I appreciate it all. So I tell people, I mean, if you wear one of my shirts in public, like you don't know how much that means to me. Like, I mean, not only are you having my name out for people to see to help me out, but I mean, like, there's so many other people and companies that you could order from, support, spend your time watching, whatever. So, I mean, if you take 5 minutes out of your day to watch one of my videos or read a post or something, that I love that. Like, and I hope I can meet as many of you as I can at conventions or whatever. I mean, I truly like all you guys. I like my customers, and that's what I'm in it for. I'm in for the customers. I'm not in here just trying to get as many orders as I can or like. I mean, have you guys ever seen one of my lives or something where I'm trying to push my merchandise or a product or something like that? I mean, there's a lot of lives you go on, and all people talk about is their merchandise or one of their products or something like that, and it's just I know it's hard for me to watch a live when all they're talking about is these 5 hats that I offer or these 3 different shirt designs that I offer. I'm not watching somebody's live to see what all they sell. You know what I mean? So I don't do that at all. Something draws my attention, and I'll watch for a bit. Yeah, definitely, Jamie. I appreciate that, Seymour. Saying that's why I tell people, I'm here to help everybody. Like, even if there's been many times that I've recommended people to order from other trap supply companies if I think that if what they're looking for or needing is going to be better from this company or something, I'll point them that way. I've pointed many people to F&T or Minnesota or to Trap Shed. I've Iron Trail. I've sent people to these other places before because I think that it would be beneficial for them to do that instead of ordering with me for whatever reason. So, I'm here to help people. I'm not here just trying to make money. Like, I'm an actual trapper. I love trapping. I do trap. I try to help people with all the information I can. I try to learn as much as I can from trapping to help people. Like, there's a lot of people that are in the trapping industry that don't even trap. Like, that have trapping supply businesses and they don't trap. You know, I've seen bait and lure makers before that don't trap. Like, to me, that blows my mind. I don't know. There's so many people out there today that are just out there looking for money and they don't care how they get it. And, that's not the way I am at all. Get some funny looks when I wear a shirt. I'm sure I do too. I also get the same look when I wear the shirt that says I pooped today. at least, at least my shirt doesn't say that. You probably get a lot of weird looks then. But yeah, I mean, my trapping's like fishing shirt, I wear it to church all the time. Or my other shirt that just has my logo on it, I wear it to church all the time. Of course, to me, that's dressing up. I mean, all the time I wear these cut off shirts with shorts. That's what I wear every day, all day. Very often do I put on blue jeans and boots and a nice shirt. Church is usually the only time I do that. Sometimes when me and my wife's going out for whatever, but for the most part, I'm just in a cut off and shorts. That's the way I am. I'm not trying to, impress anybody. I mean, that's who I am. But I don't know. Like I said, I can't. It's hard for me to thank everybody enough for everything. Because, I mean, without all y'all, I mean, I wouldn't be anything. I would probably still be the guy that had the outdoor store that failed and doesn't have anything. You know what I mean? Yeah, and shirts have sleeves. Yeah, yeah. It's not very often that I wear shirts with sleeves. Church, and honestly, if it's colder outside, I'll put my Blakely's Trapper Supplies hoodie on, and I'll wear it to church. I'll wear a cut off and that hoodie to church. I don't care. Nobody cares. I'm not trying to impress anybody. You don't have to put a suit on to go to church. If you go to a church that tells you you need to wear a suit, then you're in the wrong church. I promise you. So, I don't know. I'm me, and I'm okay with me. I'm not trying to be anybody else. And I wouldn't expect anybody else to try to be somebody else either. So, but anyway, if we're gonna talk about products and being on lives and stuff again, I'll show my Blakely's Mexican style hot sauce is now on the website. I know I've been talking about this for a few months, and it's just now. I think I got it on the website like Monday, something like that. But Yeah, sometimes I have a hard time. I have a hard time to this day talking about myself. Like, if I have an opportunity to talk, I'm usually talking about other people, trying to bring other people up. Like, my commercial was one of the hardest things I've done because it was trying to think of something to say in 30 seconds that was all about me. You know what I mean? Like, every version that I came up with was about somebody else, some other company, something like that. And it's just one of those things. No stuff small talk. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. It's allergies. Trust me, I don't need no hot sauce. I've had like a quarter pound of jalapenos for lunch. I eat jalapenos like crazy. I mean, my wife eats a few jalapenos here and there, but I'll eat about half a gallon of jalapenos, pickled jalapenos, every month. This last month we bought a gallon jar. We bought them about a week ago, and it's already about a quarter of the way gone. But I love jalapenos, and we eat a lot of Mexican food. We make burritos and nachos and stuff here all the time, and I like to cook it with my breakfast, and especially like omelets. I like jalapenos in my omelets. And on my hamburgers, I eat a lot of jalapenos on my hamburgers. But anyway, guys, I appreciate everybody coming on here and chatting with me tonight. Uh, really means a lot. Hope everybody has a great weekend. I'm gonna go ahead and head off here and head to bed. I still got a few things I gotta do before I go to bed, so I appreciate it all. I'll be going live again sometime. I don't know, it'll probably be next week because I know either Trapper J or Iowa Trapper will probably be live tomorrow and Saturday night. Boxy will be live Sunday night, so I probably won't do another live until next week, but I appreciate it. I'm a chocolate that had the hottest pepper in the world and is regretting it now. Yeah. Alright, I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I'll definitely catch you guys on the next one. If nothing else, I'm sure I'll catch you on somebody else's live. So, again, I appreciate it. Hope you guys all have a great night and a great weekend. Thank y'all.